There we go. So hi, everybody. Welcome to our Tips and Tricks coffee break for Forgestik. So today we've got Sandra with us, who's a consultant. She's based out of Vancouver, works for Forgestik, and we're covering SAP Business One training guides and user resources. And I think this is a really fun, it's a practical webinar that we're doing, because even if you're new with SAP and you don't know anything about it, or if you're very familiar with it, there's a lot of really neat resources that I think everyone should have. So thank you, Sandra.
Thank you. Thank you,
and if
Tracy.
anybody has questions too, you've got the chat box there at the bottom.
Okay, all right. Sounds great.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tracy, and thanks everyone for joining our coffee break webinar today. I will be presenting a few sources where you can find SAP documentation, training material, and some help documents as well. So let me move to the next slide. So the links that I'm going to present are the SAP Help Portal, then the Learning Hub, or what's called the SAP Academy. We'll see how to access those links from your SAP Business One client as well. And we have the YouTube videos. We have the SAP channel, as well as our own Forgestik channel with very useful videos. Okay, so let's move to the first one. So the first link is help.sap.com. You'll find plenty of information there. And if you register, you'll be able to access additional information, documents and training, videos and documents as well. So I register, I'm going to log in. I register with my own personal email address. You can do the same. You'll see that you'll have a 14-day free trial period. But if you are a Forgestik client, you can contact support and we'll provide you with an S number that will that you can use permanently to access the portal as well as the SAP Academy documentation.
That's right. And you know what? I just also want to mention that it's not just for you. Your company has SAP, so everybody in your company can get an S number. So if it's somebody that's new working at accounting and they want to know how to do purchase orders and stuff, it's anybody in the company can get this, and it's completely free.
Thank you. Okay, so continue. Log on. Okay, so now we are in the SAP portal, right? So I'm a registered user. You have multiple links that you can work or play with, but I'm going to filter. I want to find information on SAP Business One. Okay, so now we see multiple links organized in different sections: discover, additional information, what's new, implement, all these. You can access directly to them through the tabs. Okay, so for a few tabs, I want to show some of the links, the ones I think that are very useful for end users. The first one that I want to show is under the What's New tab. You have here information about what's new in the version 10 SAP version and the highlights of that new version. So we'll click on this link. It gives you details on what's new for every single patch level or a function level in version 10. in this case.
Yeah, I want to say something, Sandra, too.
Yes. Sure.
In 1 month, at the end of February, we're going to be having another coffee break session like this, where we're going to be presenting these new features. So if anybody wants to see them, it'll probably be broken down in maybe 2 different sessions, but I just want to say that.
Yeah, that will be very useful. As you see, you have a long list of new features, so it would be great to have another session.
Exactly.
And go deeper. Okay, so let's go back to the menu, what's new. So the same with the SAP highlights. Under use, there are 3 that I think that very useful for end users. The first one is, of course, SAP Business 110, which will give you right? This is similar to the online help. So we'll give you information or help information on every single module and option in SAP. For example, sales order, and you'll have the help content, right, of about the sales order. Okay, so this is very, very useful as well. And the third one for fun. Okay, let's go here. I clicked too many times, so now, sorry.
No, I was messing around with it this morning too. You have to use the arrow at the top.
Okay, well,
bring it back.
I think it's not coming back, so I think I'm going to go through the menu here.
Yep, there you go.
So for fun, you have the glossary. Sometimes you'll see in some documents or emails with the consultants, GRPO, UDF, UDT, and so on. Here you have a glossary that SAP is using with all the terminology that you can find along all the documentation in SAP. Okay. Okay, so let's go back.
Doing the same thing.
No, I clicked too fast twice. So under operate, I see 2 useful links. It's a frequent question for customers going live and customers after go live. The first one is how to define authorizations in SAP Business One. So that's very useful when you are implementing and you are setting up the new users, as well as I mentioned, after go live, when you add new users to your system. Another one is...
But that one too, Sandra, I just want to say for the defining authorizations, we covered a coffee break on that maybe about 2 months ago, that we have a complete session on that on our YouTube page. And we show you how to determine them. So it's just nice to know.
Yes, that's very useful. We'll see at the end of the session how to access those previous coffee break sessions. So that will be very useful for the users, of course. And the second one, how to perform a year-end closing. You may have this document already if you went live with us, but it's the access to the document with explanation for year-end closing. So if we go to the Learn and Get Certified, the link I found very useful is the training for SAP Business One. This is a PDF document that will explain you how to register and how to access the Learning Hub or the SAP Business One Academy. Okay, so here we have some useful screenshots on how to access and select the corresponding course, but let's do it ourselves now. So in order to access to the Learning Hub, so we can do it from the help portal, so we can access from our learning journeys option here, or you can type in and access directly to the learninghub.sap.com. So let's access to the hub. As you can see, you have multiple ways of accessing the same web or portal, right? So I'm going to log in. You have to register separately for the academy. So I log in. This is what you'll see when you log in for the first time. I don't want to see it again. Okay. And here it's just a summary of the courses that I accessed, that I was watching. And you'll see here all centralized, right? All the journeys or training material that you have. You can access from here, or you can again type in SAP Business One. Okay. So you can filter, right? Of course, by version and by skill level, and you can filter or select by language as well. So let's, for example, access to the SAP Business One implementation English. That's for a business user, not for a partner, but for an end user. And here we have the material organized in different levels, right? We want just an introduction, an overview. We want to know more about each module in SAP. Or next level is, right, to if you want to study for a certification. Okay.
Sandra, just go over one of the tabs for a second.
Yes.
Like you just go over.
Yes, I'm going to go first with the introduction, what I want to show here. So this is the introduction course, right, that you have to register or withdraw. It's telling you the duration of it. In this case, it will take me 3 hours, 25 minutes to, or 3 hours, 15 minutes, right, to complete all the training. And we see here multiple options. You have the information, the training, then you may have, depending on the module, a simulation where it's an interactive simulation. And then you may have also at the end of the section, test your knowledge with some quizzes. For example, if I open the introduction to SAP Business One, this will be only half an hour. I want to start my course. And in this case, it's providing as a training material, a PDF document. Okay. PDF document. If we look at the simulation,
I thought it was doing it again.
If we look at the simulation, so I already started, so SAP is keeping track of my progress. I will continue with my course. This is an interactive simulation, so it's going to guide me step by step. It's explaining me how to change company, so I'm going to click that button, and then I'll select the company, and now it's asking me if I need some help or not, or if I want to move to the next step, right? So this is a very good, right? So I'm going to stop here. And I'm going to go back to my courses.
Some of the courses on here, I was looking at them, like this one's 3.25 hours, but if you go into inventory and other things, I mean, some of the courses are like 7 hours. They have really a lot of stuff.
Exactly. And so lots of materials. I said some PDF documents, some videos, some quizzes and simulations. So very, very useful and complete. So we go into the purchasing structure. Okay. Okay, so let's go back here. So if we go to the purchasing, we have some videos as well. For example, in this case, if we look at some of the modules have some case studies, we see that some of them offer a video. Okay.
It's really practical for new staff.
Yes, yes, very, very, very useful, really. Okay, so you have lots of materials to play with. If you access to the Learning Hub, if you access to the from the Collaborate tab, you will have access to additional courses and right, such as, for example, AR Create memos in SAP or some information on licenses or advanced GL account determination. Okay, so a lot of information to play with. So we saw that we can access the help portal and from there to the Learning Hub or SAP Academy. We can access directly to the Learning Hub and to the training material. And we can also access to the portal as well as to the Learning Hub from SAP client. So as you know, under the help option, you have some access to documentation, the online help, as we saw before, context help that will give you information on a specific form or screen, and the what's this that will give you information on a specific field, right? But if we look at the SAP links, we have the links to the portal and the training material that we just visited. So SAP portal, SAP One Training, and of course, if you want to see something about the roadmap or some tips, you have access to them as well. So in addition to all this documentation, we have also the YouTube channels with videos, right? Lots of videos there. We have two groups of channels. We have the SAP channel that I'm going to access right now. So for that, we'll go to youtube.com/user/business1SAP, and that will take us to the SAP YouTube channel. Lots of videos here on how to do certain processes in SAP and about the SAP products. And another one that I want to show is our own channel. That's the Forgestik channel. That will be www.forgestik.com. youtube.com. And this will be at Forgestik/channels. And we have access to the channels, among them the Battleship Cobra, that's created by Mike Taylor, exactly, a colleague at Forgestik. And then the playlist. The playlists, we have multiple videos, and among them, we have all our coffee break sessions. So we have 77 in English, 83 in French. So you have access to all the coffee break sessions, the one that Tracy mentioned about authorizations held a few months ago, and this one and any future coffee break webinar that we may offer. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show today.
No, that is nice. In the list there, Sandra, to just show them, yeah, you can see on the side there, you can see on the right-hand side, all of the different topics, how to close a year end, how to, inventory counting. We've got a lot of them. You can also find them on our website. If you just go back, Sandra, to the Forgestik page.
Yes.
Just wanted to show that one.
This one?
If you go up to the top, yeah, if you just look in the loop beside there's playlist channels about in the research bar there. If you're looking for something in particular and you just type in, let's say, inventory, well, it'll show out all of the videos that we did that just covered inventory. So there's a lot of material in there as well to learn about. And yeah, and this one will be there next week as well if you need to see it again. And did you have anything else, Sandra?
No, that's all I wanted to show.
I have one more thing in that case. If you go to the help.sap.com page,
give me a second.
There was just one thing, yeah. Yeah, you know where the tabs are? I think you had to choose SAP
yes,
before you went in. Yeah, so everything that we showed today, if you look up at the top on the left where it's marked in big, SAP Business One, this is in English, but you can change the version there. Right now we're showing this in English, but there's all the other languages. And the version that's next to it was, today we were showing SAP version 10, because that's where we're at. But if you're on 9.1, if you're on 8.8, you can still find all those old documents related to that specific version that you're looking for. Because sometimes it's different. So I just wanted to show that.
Yes, that's important.
Yeah. So does anybody have any questions? There's a little Q&A box at the bottom or the chat. If anybody has any questions, this is just basic going over basic tools that are offered out there. But there is a lot of material, and those courses are really interesting to go through with the quizzes, and really fun. So I don't seem to have any questions. So
so
all right.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Exactly. Sandra, just put up the last page of the PowerPoint, because if anybody needs an S number, all right?
Yes.
If you're new and you want an S number, you can either send me an email. My email is there. Hang on a sec.
Okay.
There we go. So if you want an S number for yourself or for any of your employees, everybody who has a license can get an S number and have access to all of this. So you simply have to submit a ticket through the portal, and our support desk is going to help you with it. And if you don't have access to that, you can always send me an email or call me and I can help you out. So that's that. So thanks, everyone. Thank you very much, Sandra, and have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.